Good evening and welcome to our community risk reduction presentation. The name of this community risk reduction initiative is called Taking Hamilton to New Heights, and we'll be discussing how our risk reduction program can positively impact the Hamilton Heights community, which is a community in St. Louis, Missouri. Normally we would meet probably publicly and all together, but because of COVID, we're going to do the video, and you've all been emailed notes. And if you have any questions based on the stuff that we talk about here, feel free to reach out so we can clarify any questions. But hopefully all the ones who are stakeholders, you will gain more information today and continue to see how your input is going to help us make this a reality. First of all, what we did is identify the risk problem. And the risk problem is the loss of life and property in the Hamilton Heights community in St. Louis, Missouri, and how it's disproportionately higher than any other community in the St. Louis area. The factors that may impact the problem of high incidence of property loss in Hamilton Heights community are high poverty rates, limited income, property in need of repair, high crime rates, family structure dynamics, etc. And there are fire risks associated in areas with the following. For instance, if the area is economically depressed, as far as vacant homes, crime, limited access to resource, and depressed and low income rental properties, low home ownership, low income renters are less likely to use fire prevention measures than homeowners. So the Hamilton Heights area is served by Engine House 13, and Truck 13 runs out of that firehouse. And Truck 13 ran a good amount of calls. In 2017, they ran 3,164 calls. In 2018, it was 3,238 calls. Conversely, another neighborhood which is covered by Engine House 22, Truck 22, in the Dogtown neighborhood during that same time period in 2017 ran 1,175 calls, and in 2018, 1,177 calls. As you can see, compared to Truck 13, it was significantly lower. And we found that there is a correlation to community risk for fire and property loss in relation to income, education, community investment through home ownership. And the residents of Hamilton Heights neighborhood are going to need an ongoing risk prevention program to lessen loss of life and property throughout their community. So we looked at our purpose, and the purpose is to reduce the number of fatalities and property damage through community education and smoke detector donations and installation. The goal is to reduce the risk in Hamilton Heights. So what we didn't want to do is reinvent the wheel. And a few years ago, an initiative called Meeting Neighbors and Saving Lives was a citywide, St. Louis citywide initiative, community risk reduction initiative, that saw an 83% drop in fire-related deaths from house fires in those neighborhoods that was implemented. Now, this was a citywide, so Hamilton Heights got some resources, but since they had to share with the city, it wasn't as many resources as we're proposing now. So we feel that based on the success of that program, taking Hamilton to New Heights program, we could see a significant positive impact on the community. As far as the demographics of St. Louis, the St. Louis Fire Department was responsible for about 69 square miles with a average population of 319,294 citizens, with a daytime population of over 2 million with industry and entertainment. So you can see we cover quite a bit of territory. The Hamilton Heights, where Hamilton Heights fits in, is that it has a population of about 2,680 people, and in this community, it has some some dense urban city characteristics. For instance, most residents rent their homes. In Hamilton Heights, there are over 1,300 homes. Homes are surrounded by parks, small businesses, public schools, and religious institutions. But Hamilton Heights has become a victim of urban decay. So the key findings we found is that the population density in Hamilton Heights is about 7% greater than that of St. Louis, the St. Louis community. And our housing data shows that most of the homes were built prior to 1949. The majority of the structures are older in the community. 11,423 homes were built in 1939 or earlier, and conversely now, since 2010, there have only been 955 homes built. So you can see where there's a faster decay, but the building of new homes and improving community doesn't really keep up with the decay of the buildings, and so that affects property value and the look of the community. Income, we looked at income, and per capita, Hamilton Heights has an average of $12,947 a year, compared to over $25,000 in the St. Louis area and over $27,000 per capita for the state of Missouri. So what are risk prioritizations and potential community effects? Well, we decided we can develop a task force, and we could be led by the fire department and community leaders, and stakeholders will prioritize risks. Our stakeholders will be our community leaders, our political leaders, our neighborhood community organizations, educators, area business and business organizations, and area clergy. And we would chart data and analyze the factors that are relevant to the community and see what can be changed. Also develop a plan of action to implement that change and change the community and lessen the risk of injury, fatalities, and property loss. Our priority risk number one is fire safety for the entire community through outreach. Our priority two is installation of smoke detectors and support educational efforts through the community. What we feel is our potential community effect, the effect of the community outreach through education and smoke detectors should produce a educated community in fire safety. We should experience fewer injuries and lessen the loss of life and property. Continue partnerships with the St. Louis Fire Department and previous programs like the Meeting Neighbors Saving Lives continue to glean the necessary success and information from that data, so we can enjoy the 83% decline in fire fatalities and also increase our presence in the community. So some of our mitigation strategies in taking Hamilton to new heights is study our data analysis. The task force will decide on topics for fire safety education to present, everything from exit drills and plans in the home to electrical safety outlet, space heater usage, stop, drop, and roll, cooking safety, how to use household agents for fire extinguishers, etc. Our community risk reduction priority one, we would education, make sure we increase our education in that fire safety training forums and workshops be held at community events, and the task force will seek out calendar events and request to be present. Locations may include block units, school fairs, and church services, and things of that sort. Priority risk two, smoke detector donation and installation, installed free of charge. We can use our budget and resources such as the Red Cross, block grants, fire department outreach services. The task force will communicate with the public on Taking Hamilton to New Heights initiative, and we'll do that through door-to-door canvassing, social media posts, clergy messages, area business, community meetings, mailings, etc., and also through brochures, flyers, and mailings. So, if you have any questions about our initiative and our intentions, be sure to contact me for more information. Thank you.